It's the NFL NBA Sports, and there you get a look at Paycor Stadium on the banks of the Ohio River in Cincinnati. Today it's a Week 9 matchup. We're all set to go. It'll be the Chicago Bears taking on the Cincinnati Bengals. The first 2 months of the regular season down. What a final to bring us as we're in Week 9. And he'll be tackled just short of 20.
Already know how it go. Already know I got shit on go. Money calling, gotta go. You gotta go if you play or you troll. Fresh as on the globe. Got me trying to snatch out my soul. Running back pockets on swole. Young, got a whole lot of C-zones. Getting money up to a whole nother level. I don't know no better. When I got rich and deep, yeah.
They'll run here with a rookie. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. You talk about this Bengals defense. They're a unit that enters play way down, number 28 in the NFL right now against the run.
And this group talks all the time about wanting to be better, getting stronger against the run. And to me, it all starts up front. You've got to win the line of scrimmage in order to play against the run very well.
Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. Williams from the gun on 3rd down. Pass complete to Loveland. And he will have the Bears first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Well, on 3rd down, he wanted to go to one of his most dependable targets, and that's who he found, his tight end there, to pick up the first, Charles.
And you use the proper word there, dependable. And sometimes spectacular, because tight ends nowadays, they can do it all. But they're the guys you trust, especially across the middle of the field where there's traffic. He delivers, and they pick up nice yardage.
So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Inside handoff, Smith. Down to about the 37.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
Here's 2nd and 5 now from the 37.
Come to the high. Here we go. Here we go. The long go. The long go.
They go back to the ground with Smith. And he won't get much. Maybe a couple. Down inside the 35 to the 34. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have the Bears first down as they get 5 there on 3rd and 2.
First down. It's a gain of 6. First down.
Looking to throw is Williams. Pass caught by Burden. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. The Bears on the move. They've got another first down. And defensively, these corners struggled last week. They're struggling again here early on the opening drive.
And you know that was not unnoticed on tape. So when they saw their struggle last week, guaranteed that went right into the game plan. Attack them early, see if they're going to play any better, and if not, you keep the pressure.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Demetrius Knight brings him down, and that's a play he's going to remember. The first sack of his NFL career. Well, this has been a good march down the field, but now they're stuck looking at a 2nd and 14. Smith up the middle. And he's going to push his way down to about the 12. Calling an 8-yard pickup, but it'll be 3rd down.
You got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
It's been a pretty long opening drive. This will be play number 11 coming up on 3rd down. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. Rashard Smith, his 5th rushing touchdown now on the year. And the Bears will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. Cairo Santos on to try the extra point. He hasn't missed an extra point all season, and he won't miss this one either. And it's 7-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback.
35-yard line.
Burrow and the Bengals with a 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line.
Big 13. Big 13. Stop.
They defer to Brown to start the drive. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Matt Judon there to bring him down. You look at this Bears defense, and they've been excellent against the pass, the number 6 unit in the NFL.
And I'm struggling a little bit trying to really categorize this crew. They're top 10 in the league against the pass, but the bottom half of the league in sacking the quarterback. That doesn't make sense. Imagine if this group ever put pressure on the QB, they'd easily move into the top 5.
180. It's hot. Hot.
Another run for Brown on 2nd down. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 12 yards that time and a Cincinnati 1st down.
And the Bengals first down.
Gun. Stop.
1st and 10 at
180.
the 47-yard line.
It's hot. Stop.
Now Burrow. That's caught. Andre Yoshivas. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Here we go. 180.
Up to throw it. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. The Bengals at 2-6 now on the year. Charles, they were losers last time out. What do you think they need to do differently here?
Well, I don't think it needs to be as drastic as burning up last week's game tape or not watching it, but the attitude has to be what's done is done. Let's move on. Put that one behind them, galvanize themselves, and go forward and get a win in this one.
Let's get set. 180. Raise up. Stop.
Here's Burrow. And this will be well too low for him to bring in. It's incomplete.
For Chase Brown.
The defender certainly didn't forget about him leaking out of the backfield. There was a guy ready and waiting to pick him up in coverage, and that throw had no shot.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
Dot. Right 80. Dot.
Burrow looking to pass. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Part of what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
Here we go. Right 80. Dot.
They'll try and throw forward with Burrow. He's got his target. That's complete. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. Facing a 4th down, they come away with 18 yards and the first down conversion.
Here we go, here we go. Right 80. Right hot. Dot.
Again, it's Burrow. Got him in. It's Burrow. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. Now 2nd and 5.
11 empty. Here we go, here we go. Hey, can. Dot.
Draw play for Brown. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. That leads us to a 1st and goal. It's a pickup of 8.
First and goal at the 8-yard line.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Ready for the 2nd quarter from Cincinnati. It's the Bengals with the football here as they go to work on a 1st and goal.
Gun. Dot. Right 80. Right hot. Dot.
They go right back to the ground here, and Brown. And he will take it all in for a Bengals touchdown. Chase Brown with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Bengals are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And we are tied at 7.
McPherson to kick off for Cincinnati.
Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. So both of these teams, Charles, coming off touchdowns now, but this offense, they just had to stand on the sideline, watch their opponent offer a really impressive drive to reach the end zone.
Yeah, and I think you're not telling yourself the truth if you don't think there's some one-upsmanship going on right now, because they just had their touchdown answered by a drive of double-digit plays that also found the end zone. Now they want to do something even more impressive to answer that one.
Here's Williams. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. Williams looking to do it himself. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down.
A gain of 12. And the Bears first down.
To the air, Williams. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
One thing you hope to see out of a rookie tight end is a real concentration when the ball's in the air, and I'm not sure that he didn't, but he has to be prepared for people making a play on it when that ball's up for grabs.
Here's 2nd and 10. Play action. Now Williams. A throw on the run, but that's going to be incomplete. The offense on 3rd down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This is 3rd and 10. To throw, Williams. He's got this complete to Burton. Almost, but not quite. Needed 10. He got 9. 4th down. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1. They'll go. Here's Williams. That is caught. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. Give them credit. They knew what they wanted to dial up on 4th. They executed it for 9 yards, and the offense stays out there. So the 4th down conversion has him inside the 40 now. 1st and 10. Here's a give to Smith. And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
He did have the touchdown run earlier, but not a heck of a lot more than that throughout this game.
No, not at all. In fact, I would say that his defense has done as good of a job on him as they have on any runner in recent memory. 2nd and 7, operating from the 34. To throw, it's Williams. Open man is Samuel, complete. Yeah, he'll work free from 1 tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down. Play number 9 set to come here on the drive on 3rd and 2. Throwing is Williams. Able to find the open man. That's complete. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the 1st down. And that's what he just did.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. Williams looking to do it himself. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a 1st down.
Partner, the good ones have a clock running in their head, okay? Because it says something like this. I've got this many seconds to find a target. After that, I have to tuck it and try and get some yardage on this 1st down snap. He doesn't just get some yards, though. He gets a big gain, and they'll come right back with another 1st and 10.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. They'll run with the Rutgers man, Kyle Monungai. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave him 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
From the shotgun, a throw for Williams. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. And he will be brought down, but a 1st and goal coming up as we have come upon the 2-minute warning. Able to make something out of nothing there. 17 yards and a first down.
First and goal, Chicago.
Smith will score. Touchdown, Chicago. Well, fair to say they've got something here in this rookie running back, and he's in for the second time in the ball game.
And, Brandon, it's a position where there's often a lot of turnover, a lot of competition at that spot. But he's proven to them that he wants to be the bell cow guy that his franchise can rely on.
Santos able to tack on the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. And that one not returnable. It's over the back line to the end zone, so that's going to be spotted up at the 30-yard line. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive.
Here we go.
That last drive, it was a good mix. Run, pass, defense on their toes.
And what really helps out in a big way is when you're doing the run-pass mix and everything's working, that means that they're guessing wrong every time on defense. They think you're going to pass when you run and vice versa. I would continue that, and when they finally draw a beat on you, maybe you mix it up a little bit, a little play action and throw the ball.
And will they maintain that balance? Time to find out.
Right, 80.
Throwing on second and long. Burrow looking deep here for Chase. That's caught inside the 20. And he takes this thing way down into Chicago territory. A big play there for Cincinnati. 61 yards.
As we all remember, these two were connecting back in their days at LSU when they were winning the national championship. But it wasn't just on game day. The amount of time they put in before practice, after practice, off days, that forged their connection, and it still continues here.
And he's wrapped up, taken down, back at the 25. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's second and 21.
Wide 80.
They're passing here. Joe Burrow. Oh, he tried to fit it in on the slant, and it's intercepted. And the Bears are going to take over once again with a football at their own 20-yard line. It's almost like you can see the look of frustration on his face. 4 interceptions last week. We talked about it all week. What did he do wrong? And another one here in the first half.
And you can understand the frustration. You actually feel his pain a little bit. But the worst thing he can do is what you're seeing right now, showing the other team that he's frustrated. All they're going to do is double their efforts to make him even more frustrated. He's got to gather himself, compose himself, and keep fighting.
Well, he talked a lot about erasing that loss last week, getting back in the win column. We'll see how he responds.
It's a pickup at 3. Brings up second and 7.
Here's a second and 7. His throw incomplete.
Brings up third down and 7.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on second down. Back to throw. Williams. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
They call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10.
At their own 40-yard line.
on 2.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And with great starting field position and one timeout in their pocket, they could still come away with points here in the late going. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Looking deep here for Chase. And this is caught. A big play there just before halftime. 58 yards. Now the Bengals going to signal for their third and final timeout, as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half.
On 1, ready?
A chance now to get even before the break as they come up first and goal.
Here we go.
Brown is in. Touchdown, Bengals. So his strong first half continues as he finds the end zone here for the second time.
And definitely good blocking in the point of attack, and you just have to love watching the way he can create space down near the goal line, and he's able to take it into the end zone.
McPherson now for the extra point. And we've got a good one brewing. We're all knotted up at 14.
McPherson to kick off for Cincinnati.
This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And he'll be stopped up at the 25.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
The escapability in evidence there as that one good for 15 and a first.
No shortage of impressive moments for him thus far. Now he's halfway to the century mark, and we're still in the first half. There's been no answer for his running ability so far by the defense. I can't wait to see what adjustments they'll have to make during the halftime break.
Working out of the gun, Williams. He finds Smith out of the backfield. And he'll go out of bounds, it appears, right at the 45. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And that's going to bring up second down. From the gun, here's Williams. He sets to fire deep. Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. Picked up by Jordan Battle. And the Bengals are going to take possession here at their own 6-yard line. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Gun. Stop. What is? 11. Stop.
Final play of the half for Burrow and company. Oh, he'll let one go deep for Higgins. And that's going to be incomplete. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. And that is over the back line of the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll bring this out to the 30.
Down to my shoes, let me hit you with my ill stick blue. Most of the lines always in line, the street
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. It's a tie football game here. What do you think, Charles, the message was at halftime?
Well, I think that they probably just looked at things and said, we're fortunate that this is a tie game. No need to panic, no need to change a whole lot. We didn't play anything close to our best in the first half, so we don't have to go out and win one for the Gipper. Let's just go out and play our best football and win one for us. Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
Another run for Brown on second down. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 43 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just out there.
And Burrow going to be hit and taken down. They got him. Gervon Dexter picks up his second sack of the afternoon.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
Here we go, here we go. Wide 80.
Throwing on second and long. Burrow. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up third down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. Open man, that's Noah Fant, the tight end. And they do get this across midfield to the 49, but a small consolation prize as he's well short of the first. Fourth down, here's Joe Burrow. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Bengals try it, but it doesn't work out. And this defense will take over right near midfield at the 49-yard line. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. Looking to throw is Williams. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. Winds up and lets it go for Samuel. This is caught inside the 15. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. Curtis Samuel, his first touchdown on the year. And the Bears have taken the lead. Santos now to add the PAT. It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21-14.